Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rizwan Ahmed, and today is in mathematics. Our topic is number. So, regarding numbers, first of all, we have to look the following things, and that is how to identify and use natural numbers, integers, and then recognize prime numbers, squares number, cube numbers, and these all. And then at last, we decide about the common factors and so on. So in first stage, we must have to know about the difference between digit and number system. This is very important thing, like when we talk about digits and numbers. A digit has its own own recognition, while a number must be need two things. First, digit and then its position. Like when we talk about digits, we have some common digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 10 is not a digit. 11 is not a digit. Basically, these are only the digits we recognize in decimal number system. Like when we talk about binary number system, we use these two digits. While we use pentagonal number system, we use these five digits. So today is our topic about the numbers. So first of all, we must have to know about the natural numbers. Natural numbers start from 1 and it has no limit, like infinite. It might be 1, 6, 12, 13, 89, 345, like this. But keep in mind, 0 is not the natural number. It's not a natural number. So when we talk about the number system or use of the numbers, again, or the natural numbers, we neglect the 0 and then start it from 1 and so on. These are called counting numbers. But when we talk about the real numbers are categorized in two ways. Either they are rational numbers or irrational numbers. Rational numbers usually denoted by Q, and basically all real numbers are denoted by R. And real numbers might start from 0, it might be negative or it might be positive, depend on the condition. Like look at the chart here. The real number categorized in two ways. The first one, rational numbers, and then irrational numbers. So when we talk about rational numbers, you can recognize it in two ways, like either it is an integer or either it is a non-integer. Non-integers, rational numbers are numbers with the decimal parts, while the integers without decimal parts are called simple integers. Like this one, you can say it's 0.87. That means it is a non-integer. And when we talk about 87, it is called integer. Well, further we have non-integers are of two types. Like first one is decimal and the second one is fractions. So how we recognize either it's a decimal or it's a fraction? So look at on the chart when we talk about the decimal have a terminating end. Like for example, 0.15. Further, we don't have any value. That means it has terminating end, that is 5. And the other one is non-terminating end. And which one? Like a number is repeated many a time or so on, like 0.3333333 and so on. This is called non-terminating and repeating. But when we talk about the fractions are usually in you can call it 7 over 9, 2 over 5, 5 over 3, and 8 over 5. These are basically the fractions. Same thing when we talk about the integer, which represent usually by z, you can call it the whole numbers w and negative integers. It includes zeros and all positive integers. Whole numbers include 0 and all positive integers. Like you can call it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our whole number also categorized in two ways, like 0 and the natural numbers. Natural numbers start with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But basically the whole number is a mixture of it. And the negative numbers, it might be 0 and negative values as well. Look at the definition of all of these in detail. What are the rational number and what are the irrational numbers? And look at the irrational numbers. What are the irrational numbers? Basically, they have no terminating ends. Now, like for example, 0.278967458, whatever. Pi has a no fixed value. And what is the difference between the non-integers, repeating value, and this decimal? What is the difference? Look at the difference. After the point, the numbers are same, repeated same, like 033 or 0, 13, 13, 13, 13, and so on. But in irrational numbers, the non-terminating end or non-repeating, like they have no end, and the numbers are randomly associated, like 1.450973 and so on. It is. Look at this chart. This whole describe the real numbers. The real numbers in circle. Let's look at the blue one. You can get it. And about the integers, it might be negative or positive and include 0. And whole numbers start with 0, while the natural numbers start with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Irrational number has no terminating end and not repeated. And exponential, minus exponential, pi, these all have no fixed value. Thank you. Yeah.